Meeting to order. We have a quorum. I'm going to skip around just a little bit. Senator Jackson is here. And he's going to present on Senate Bill 2345. Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill, I think, was brought up last year and it has to do with telehealth medicine. And many of you know that rural community hospitals have had a hard go at it, and especially in the Delta. And we had an opportunity to reopen our hospital in Quitman County, Marks, this past year. And we need to add to this some language that would help rural hospitals get reimbursed at an effective rate. So we wanted to add the words rural health centers when we have rural community centers throughout the bill, so that would help hospitals get reimbursed at the effective rate. And I think Medicaid just passed regulations that would also assist us with this, but we wanted to make sure that we have it on the state level.
Senator, are you through?
Yes.
Are there any questions?
Motion at the proper time.
Senator,
Motion, title sufficient, do pass.
you've heard the motion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The bill passes. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Next, we're going to take up Senate Bill 2033, recipients of Medicaid extend postpartum coverage up to 12 months. The short title says it all. This is to require Medicaid to extend the postpartum care package. Right now, it's up to 60 days. During the pandemic, it has been extended indefinitely. Many other states have taken this opportunity to go ahead and expand up to 12 months, and that's what our bill does here. I'll yield for any questions. Motion, sorry, there's a question, Senator Blackman.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay, you say to the extent allowable under federal law. So if federal law doesn't reimburse, and at that point in time, we will no longer provide. Is that what I'm understanding this to say?
No, ma'am, it'd be my understanding it's in place once we pass this. It doesn't matter what the feds do. You know, they may rescind this extended coverage that they currently have, but in case they do, ours would continue.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? There's a motion, title sufficient to pass. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Bill will be reported. Thank you. Next, we have Senate Bill 2658. We've got a committee sub on that. What we're doing here is, in the tech bill last year, we had some language that we put in to require Medicaid to notify the legislature of any decreases or increase in compensation to providers. They viewed this as what's been known as the chokehold language, and it basically frozen reimbursement to providers. What this language will do is changes that and freeze that up. They are to provide notice to the Senate Medicaid and House Medicaid chairman 30 days prior to any notice that they're going to give to providers of any reduction or change in reimbursement. We also took this opportunity to clean up a few other things, to put in the ambulance UPL and physician UPL provisions. We had language that said that the division may pursue these, and so we're changing that to they shall pursue these. And basically what happens is the physicians or the hospitals can contribute money, so there's no additional tax money going into this. So it's basically the hospitals putting up the money, drawing down federal match, and able to compensate their physicians a little bit better. And then third thing is we also made a change with respect to durable medical equipment. You have it, sir. So under this, it's on line 372. This has to do with covering ventilators and oxygen, and basically so that they can't reduce the reimbursement to the DME providers for those services. Those were the changes that we made to that bill. Any questions? And motion is Senator Blackman.
Okay, on in 406 to 412, what is the change for ambulance transportation providers?
That should be the UPL language to.
Okay.
Senator Turner Ford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The bill, if passed out of committee, would authorize Medicaid to change the rates without seeking approval by the legislature.
They would have to notify us in advance of any change. So here's the typical scenario that I encounter. I'll get a call from a provider that they received a letter today from Medicaid that was post dated about 20 to 30 days ago, saying that tomorrow their reimbursement is going to get cut by 10%. That shouldn't occur. Now, there may be situations in which the feds change things. We have to reduce reimbursement, but the providers ought to be told in at least a sufficient amount of time where they can make operational preparations. So what this bill does, it says 30 days prior to them making any change, they need to notify the chairman of the Medicaid, Senate Medicaid, and House Medicaid of those proposed changes. And the thoughts are, at least on my side, is I get that, then at least I can engage Medicaid to find out why they're making the change. And it might be something we can intercede on, and it might not be something we can't.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Is there a motion? Time is sufficient to pass committee sub. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that will be reported. Senator Wiggins says, makes a motion, rise and report.